are back again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you guys will be seeing this, I will be 2 weeks out, which to be honest is just pretty mental to even say. I've literally been prepping since January 1st, which is like what, 20 weeks ago? 20 weeks ago, I think, which is nuts. From peak bulk Drew, I am 39 kilos down. That is a small child. Now, after the last 600 gram carb refeed you saw, so good, so good. I actually woke up a kilo lighter the next day, in which we ran another day of 600 grams of carbohydrates, and today I woke up at 71.8. Started a refeed at 71.9, 1200 grams of carbohydrates later, 71.8. So nice and full, which is happy days. But yeah, we keep pushing, we keep digging for condition now. Fatigue management is there, and I'm a happy man. Happy Coach Pete as well. I'm a content making machine at the moment as well, because I just don't want to think of food. And we're actually back to base calories today, which is 1300 calories, so, which I'm actually not too mad about. It feels weird on prep having a refeed day because it goes against everything you've been doing for the last 18, 19 weeks. But yeah, we've got the pre-gym meal in as always, nothing special. Same old boring stuff, 230 potatoes, 100 grams of chicken, and 100 grams of lettuce. I've actually really kept the seasonings quite simple today. Pepper, some Nando's peri-peri salt, and some garlic. It feels weird to say it, but the last 2 days, I've simply just been eating bagels, Cocoa Pops, oats, and protein puddings, which I do not regret one bit. But so, actually coming at it from a strategic standpoint, I'm actually very happy to have my lettuce in front of me. You've got to think strategically about these things, you do. But yeah, standard pre-gym meal, it's going to digest very well. We've got a nice little upper day for you lot. Pump is going to be nutty. 1200 grams of carb in the cellular system. It's time to go inflate myself in the gym. First, I'm gonna enjoy this. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below if you're enjoying me posting loads of videos at the moment. But yeah, enjoy this little training montage. Also, if you're in a calorie deficit and you're not chopping up your potatoes like they are chips, what are you doing? Like, I can heavily convince myself right now, these are Five Guys chips. But to be fair, I haven't actually been craving chips. It's not the sort of stuff I've been craving. I think I've massively learned the difference between craving feeling full and craving food. There's a difference. Like, I satisfy my craving to feel full when I have like a big bowl of salad at the moment. But foods I've actually been craving croissants and pastries, definitely. Good pastry, pecan plat, almond croissant. Ooh. And then weird things like meal deals and crisp sandwiches, which is very odd. But mainly the go-to, which is gonna be post-show, is gonna be a Biscoff donut, because Biscoff is beautiful. Now, in theory, that session should have been amazing. To be fair, still got a decent pump. However, 1200 grams of carbs in the system, rest day prior to the training day, caffeine and vasodilators in the system, but simply just wasn't a good session. And that's going to be the reality of prep. So many variables to take into account, I cannot even explain. But at the end of the day, a lot of things in life come down to, doesn't actually matter how you feel towards a subject, it's how you act on it. And also, bodybuilding is effectively just a male beauty pageant thing. I'm effectively just a Barbie doll. Yes, there's a performance aspect in terms of muscle development, trying to constantly progressively overload to grow your muscles. But at this point in the prep, realistically, am I going to be adding any more muscle? No. But yeah, completely transparent. I'm sure the video looked amazing. I'm sure I was very veiny. Still got a decent pump, but simply, just head wasn't in the game today, and that's fine. Still got 4 plates on the hammer strength incline though for a good 9 reps, which I will take. don't get me wrong. But yeah, that is a harsh reality of being almost 2 weeks out, or 2 weeks out from when you are watching this. That's gonna happen. And as always, I'm trying to be as open and transparent on here as possible. Don't believe everything you see on socials, people. Don't believe everything you see on social. Go to post-workout meal. We have got 30 grams of whey, specifically white chocolate Perform whey. Get yours at Full Bore Sports and use code DREW for discount at checkout. Cheeky little plug. I always put it into a really thick like paste and then mix it with my berries because I've got 100 grams of strawberries or frozen berries to play with. And then we have got cream of soup. Now this being hot and that being cold really actually makes a difference. It's like I'm eating dessert. It's like, you know when you go to a restaurant, hot chocolate brownie and then a cold like ice cream with it. Again, we are 2 weeks out, so I will look back at this video and I will laugh at myself. I will, guaranteed. So, most likely the reason you actually clicked on this video, how much a natural bodybuilding prep costs. Now, a lot of people want to compete, and whether they can actually compete on a mental level or a physical level is another question in total, but also whether you have the financial support. Now, we're going to take a few variables as a standardized variable. First of all, I'm talking about natural bodybuilding. So that's the first variable. Second of all, that it is a 6-month bodybuilding prep. 6 months roughly equates around 28 weeks roughly. 6 times 4. 24 weeks. So an average bodybuilding prep roughly I would say is 24 weeks. And especially in terms of being a natural athlete, you don't have as many tools to lose the fat except from expenditure and a deficit. Now I'm going to give you guys a minimum cost, you guys a maximum cost, so there's going to be a range here. I will also tell you guys at the end how much my prep is estimated to cost me over the 6 months. Nice little notes page here for you lot. So if you're going to compete, you most likely want a coach to give you some direction, accountability, and also tell you how to compete and how to get stage lean. Now, your average coach is going to cost you anywhere between £100 and £200 per month. Obviously, there's anomalies in this situation. Price does not equivalent to quality of service when it comes to a coach. Then we look at food. Now, in theory, you should not be spending as much on food, but you're eating, first of all, more quality foods, more fruit and veg. So for this variable, I have said minimum £200 a month and maximum £350 a month. Again, this is one of those variables which obviously if you weren't competing, you'd still be spending money on this, otherwise you would be dead. But tailored towards a bodybuilding prep, then we have got gym memberships, the cardio, and the petrol to and from the gym, whatever. For example, myself, I have to drive to the gym. However, I had a separate gym membership for cardio. This is going to be very person dependent on your location to your training gym. You're not going to wake up and drive 40 minutes to then do 20 minutes of cardio on a treadmill. It would actually be cheaper to get a 20 quid membership closer. So for this variable, I have said minimum £30 a month and maximum is £60 a month. Then we have got supplements. Supplements obviously are supplements. So the minimum for this variable is going to be £0 because realistically you don't need any supplements. However, they do help. And if you want to go get some supplements, go to Full Bore Sports and use code DREW at discount. At checkout for a discount. Shameless little plug there. Now obviously you're going to be playing around with protein powders, health markers are going to be dropping through prep as prep is not health. So you may want to invest in some multivitamins, some other supplements to help hinder the damage prep is doing to your health. But yeah, maximum £75, minimum £0. Now we're going to look at the one-off payments. Show days are going to vary between anywhere between £80 and £200 per show. Most federations require you to buy a membership before you can actually buy the ticket to the show. So usually the membership is like 40 quid and the show itself is 40 quid. So it's usually around 80 quid. But other federations who are much bigger and more established may charge upwards of £200. So we have said minimum £80, maximum £200. Tanning, get nice and mahogany. We are saying a minimum of £30, usually at show tanning. However, for myself, in my first show, there is no tanning service at the show, so I had to bring my own, which I had to put through an order, which cost me £90. So now other services, including posing, physio coaches, obviously going to be optional, but if you were to include it, which obviously is going to help massively in terms of a prep, I've put minimum £50 and maximum £100. Prep is expensive, I'm telling you that. Not just all about up here, it's about what's in your wallet. So overall, looking at a natural bodybuilding prep over a 6-month period, financially on a monthly average, your outputs are going to be a range from a minimum of £330 to a maximum of £685. Again, this is only per month, which over 6 months equivalates to a minimum of £1,980 and a maximum of £4,110. Then adding all the other little bits and bobs, financially, an average natural bodybuilding prep over a 6-month period is going to cost you a minimum of £2,140 all the way to a maximum of £4,500. Yep, prep is not cheap, and it's one of those things you have to have a financial backing. Again, all of that, as well as the mental stress of prep, which is why in theory everybody could do a prep and everybody wants to prep. Now, how much has my prep cost itself? Now, I'm not going to read out the individual prep costs for each variable, as I feel like that I don't want to share that, but I have got a total of a number for you guys of how much on estimation my prep will cost me. Luckily, I run an online coaching service which can help fund this prep. Otherwise, I don't think I would be able to do it to the quality which I am doing it, let alone do it in the first place. And you also do have to take into account, for me, this is an investment, not only into myself, but also into my future career. That is just the honest, raw truth. Don't get me wrong, I am not making profit off of prep. I will tell you that for a fact. So weighing up all the variables of my prep, as a net average and an estimation, my prep will cost me £2,990. Obviously, some of those variables are a given, like food. I was going to eat anyway, I'm going to eat anyway. I'm going to take supplements anyway. I'm going to train at a gym regardless whether I'm on prep or not. But ignoring that and looking at prep as a process overall, just shy of £3,000. So I hope that has given you guys a little bit of an insight of how many variables you actually have to take into account when you are looking at prepping for a bodybuilding show. And again, this is competing as a natural athlete, let alone looking at the assisted side where there are so many other variables to kind of look at. I hope that gave you a little bit more of an insight into how much a prep will actually cost. Drop a comment, engage in whatever way possible. My productivity has been through the roof during prep, and I'm a content making machine because I'm not thinking about food. So please, again, leave a like, subscribe. Currently looking at posting 2 to 3 videos a week, so turn those notifications on if you are interested. We are 2 weeks out. It is closing in fast. You don't want to miss it. Much love, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ta-ra.